Hey friends and family, welcome to Marcy Creates. This is Marcy, and as you can see, I have another set of finished jewelry to show you tonight. I am going to do this a little bit differently because I did get some feedback that moving the camera around was making a few people seasick, and I definitely do not want you to be seasick while looking at gorgeous jewelry. So I'm going to just pan out just for a second so you can see. I've got 4 necklaces, plus I've got 2 more bunch of earrings, and then I'm just going to slide down very slowly so I don't make anybody sick. We've got more items down on the bottom here, and this is from the Sam's Bead Box Summer of Fun, which had beautiful check beads. So I am going to give you some eye candy looking up at these things. And then what I'm going to do is put my camera in a stationary position and pull each piece down so we can look at them individually. And if that works better for everybody, please let me know, because I definitely don't want anyone to feel seasick. I am going to do some close-ups of each of these, but I'm going to do them in still frame so that I'm not moving the camera. So stay tuned for that, and then I will definitely put these down and we'll take a closer look. So this is one of the first necklaces I made, and one of the things that struck me about this mix is this is when I first started doing our color theory classes, and this mix is primary colors pretty much. It's red, it's blue, and it's yellow. So this is a prime example of doing a whole bunch of projects in that colorway, and as you can see, the blue is not like a true blue, it's more like a marine blue, and there's some turquoise in here. So even though you're using primary colors, you can still play around with the hue and the saturation of each bead. But what a nice look when they come together. And I hadn't planned it, it just happened that way. That when we started the color theory, I got this box and I thought, how perfect for primary colors. So this necklace, I added some sari silk up at the top, which we'll get a closer look here. And I used the beautiful check beads, and that pendant was one I had in my stash. I added it. And I thought it just turned out really fun. I really love that pendant, and I loved it with again, the primary colors, but this time using turquoise and those check beads, some translucent and some opaque. This was another fun one I did wire working on. I added leather on the back, some suede rather, and used those teardrop beads, the turquoise beads, and also that beautiful heart drop, which we'll take a closer look at. And then I made a little bit of a wire frame to hang that the heart from, and then I did a little bit of wire work as well. So this was a fun one. We had some light, almost a peach color stone that came in the mix, and those really pretty briolette. I think that's a gemstone. Forgive me, I don't remember what it was. And I love the butterflies, the check butterflies. And I did a bunch of wire wrapping with swirls around that gemstone drop because it was just all one color pretty much. So that's an example of using wire to enhance a stone. If you don't have lots of variation in color, then you can play around with how you use the wire. So that turned out really nicely. Again, we'll look at these more closely. I made 4 pair of earrings and did a lot of wire wrapping techniques with those. Over here, I used more sari fabric, and I loved the check flowers. And that pendant actually came from a local store here called the Rock Barrel, which I'm still planning on doing a trip to, and I'll definitely do a video on that. And then I also made a bracelet with some of the extras. There's carnelian beads in there. There were some beautiful tiara cast pendants, which we'll take a look at. And I loved all of the check beads. Last but certainly not least, another necklace. I think those are agate, those blue stones. And I used the tiara cast Tree of Life pendant and one of the little, there were a lot of cute ladybug check beads in there. There was another one of those peach gemstones. I did another wire wrapping technique on the bracelet there. And I thought those turned out pretty neat. Okay, so for this portion of the video, it was suggested to me to just hold these things up, and that's what I'm going to do. So this is one of the bracelets that I made, and I did just a simple seed bead loop, and I used the really pretty tiara cast Tree of Life, and then the carnelian beads. I used some of the seed beads in between the beads, which is a nice way to add extra color. And just a little stacking. These were kind of my leftover beads, but I thought the little bracelet would be very cute. I love the two-tone colors in the flower beads, and I love these little ladybugs. I just love them. So that's one bracelet that I did. And what else I like, the other thing I like about these is you can stack them. The other bracelet that I did has more of that wire wrapping technique. I just did a swirl kind of design on either side, more seed beads, and more of those really pretty hibiscus, I think these are called hibiscus flowers. More carnelian beads, and I did use seed beads again to not only attach my wire piece, but I did a little lobster claw. So as you can see, you can stack these. They're very cute. I really loved playing with these bright primary colors. I thought it was a lot of fun. So then this necklace with the sari silk that I've had, I just literally tied the sari silk, and I used some wire wrapping to attach it to some of these what do you call these? Silver components, these circles. They're kind of hammered a little bit, which I liked. And then I attached it with more seed beads. These are all the beads that came in the mix. Get some beautiful table cut check beads here. And I loved the rondelles and the bright blue. And these rondelles are a mix of red and yellow. So, and then the flower, these little flowers came in different colors. And then the pendant, like I said, it came from a shop here called the Rock Barrel. I believe this is resin, and then they carved it. It's pretty lightweight, and it's not glass. But I don't think it's ceramic either. It's some kind of composite or resin. But I thought it was really adorable with the, with the other elements. And you got just a tiny bit of blue and yellow on the end of this sari fabric. So very boho glam, I would say, that this necklace is. Kind of fun. And also I love using sari fabric on the back because it's soft on your neck, and you can adjust how long it is on your neck, which is nice. All right, and then this necklace, let me pull this one. Again, we have the Tree of Life pendant with the really cute ladybug, really pretty blue beads. I think these are agate, I'm pretty sure. More carnelian. I loved these drops, and I think it's fun to kind of stagger them like this. It adds a little bit of texture to your necklace. And then I just sandwiched bicones in between. Some I think came in the mix. I had a few little seed beads and a chain at the end and a toggle, just to play with the length. And I loved these cube beads too, that kind of on the bias. Those are very interesting looking. And I did add a few, I think maybe these dark blue ones were mine for my stash, just to kind of break up the colors a little. But again, you're dealing with a primary colorway, and I think it's very dynamic looking when you do that. So it was very, very opportunistic that Sam did this. So here's some of my earrings. These was a really cute turtle glass beads and some really pretty daggers, kind of in a two-tone. I did a wire wrapping technique on that. Just added another little bicone. Just did some simple wire wrapping and some simple French ear wires. And then my idea is these just all kind of mix and match. You could wear any of these earrings with any of these necklaces. So this is another one of those gemstone drops that I did another wrapping on, and the really pretty butterflies. I love these butterflies. Really love the silver finish on those. And I think those turned out very cute. Very fun. Summer of Fun. That was the name of the mystery box, and I couldn't agree more. So here we have another check bead in the sunflower pattern with a carnelian bead, and then I took one of those little drops and I made a little curly Q kind of circular thing. Very cute. Next, I used another one of those dagger beads. I didn't wrap it quite as tight, and I did use the rondelles that have the yellow and the red in them, along with a very bright blue bicone. So that turned out also pretty nifty, I think. Moving up to the next necklace, if I can get it off here without dropping anything. So this was my gemstone that I wire wrapped. I went a little crazy with it, but I thought it was really fun. Lots of movement. I just caged it in the back with an X, and I did add a little bit of a rondelle there to just add a little bit of color up at the top. And then I played again with those really cute butterflies. More of those drops, more butterflies, more drops. And then these bright blue twisted beads were cool. I added those at the back. So we've kind of got some blue, like watery blue running through this necklace. And then I just ended the back with some seed beads and some little bicones and some saucer beads. And then I just closed it up with a simple lobster claw and round jump ring. But I think that turned out very nice. Next up, we have this guy. Give you a close-up of the pendant. This pendant, I pretty sure I ordered on Etsy. Don't know what shop, but fell in love with it, and I really thought it went nicely. I love the kind of antique look of it, but then you have all these gemstones. It looks like this necklace has been around a while, even though I just made it. I loved these octagonal, these are probably howlite, dyed howlite, but they look like turquoise. More of the very cute ladybugs and flowers and those sunburst beads and those really fun square beads. And then more turquoise and more sari fabric on that necklace. And I did make a lot of necklaces with this group. Sometimes it's like last night's jewelry was a lot of earrings, and I guess some beads speak to me in different ways. These just screamed necklace, so I made a lot of them. So this one I put a tassel with another one of those Tree of Life charms, and I did another little wire wrapping technique for this round check bead here, and I did more little turtles And I just layered all the colors, I thought, in a pleasing pattern, and just played around with the idea that these were all primary colors. And then these yellow fire polish beads that came from my stash. So I was running out of beads. I was stringing so many of them, but I do love this a lot. I do love a good tassel. I think I've said that before. So that turned out really nice. And it's just a bright, colorful collection. So last but not least, I'll pull this one off. I hope this is better for everybody. Do let me know in the comments if this makes you less dizzy. Because I don't want to make you dizzy for sure, but I want you to be able to see everything. So this is a really pretty heart pendant, and I did the little wire piece here. This is all one piece, and I beaded it, and then I did little stations of more beads and did another little wire wrapping technique on these hexagon howlite beads and some more of the drops. And then I added some suede, and it's just tied. Put a little knot back there, so you can adjust this as well. Did some more wire to connect it. And this turned out very nicely also. This was a really fun collection of beads. And I may have shown you, I think I did do this on Facebook. I had a pile of the sari fabric and the jewelry together. I'm going to back out just a bit. And I think I just kind of had it piled out, maybe. And I just kind of, this before I made everything, I just had everything piled together like this. And as you can see, the colors are just too fun. And Summer of Fun was definitely aptly named, I think. It's bright, you know, you got these bright sunshiny yellows. You have a nice bright red, like you think of like cherries and strawberries in the summertime. And then you have the blue, like going to the lake or the ocean, and just enjoying, you know, the blue skies and all the flowers that are out and all the butterflies and all that good stuff. So I really enjoyed this group of beads, and I had a lot of fun making this jewelry. I hope that you enjoy the eye candy. It was not hard. I mean, these were all pretty much just stringing, a little bit of wire work here and there, but this is how you can combine techniques too that you learn, and putting together a nice cohesive collection. So thanks for watching. Stay tuned for another finished jewelry update tomorrow night. And as always, take care of yourselves and your families. Be safe. Those of you in Florida, you're in my prayers. And I will see you on the next video.